and sit down. Shut up and sit down. and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Final Fantasy card game Grand Championship 2018 Asia Open, hosted here in Singapore. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside Mark Tan.
Hello, hi guys.
Yo, what's up, Mark?
It's
Yeah, we're
been
here.
a long time since we
It's
actually
yeah,
casted
it's
Final
been a long
Fantasy.
time. Well,
Really
it's
long
it's
time.
been a while since
It's
we
been a
casted Final Fantasy.
yeah.
Anyway, watching the match here between Chris Lim on the left, who's from Singapore, and Josh Ger on the right, who's from Singapore as well. And Josh is the
China Open.
China
He
Open.
won
Yeah,
a pretty big event.
he
the
won. He
last
won
two
a
or three.
previous. Yeah, so China Open. He won the China Open.
Uh,
He's already qualified for Worlds,
yep.
right?
So
And
he's just here for the bragging rights.
he's here for bragging rights. Well, here to show
Yeah.
that it's no fluke because the China Open. Well, they were restricted to Opus 1 and Opus 2.
Wow.
So
the Gold Bass era.
yeah, the Go Bears like Mono Lightning era, and of course, I mean like Mono Lightning still a good deck, right? So it's still a good deck, but
Yeah.
back then like Mono Lightning was like the boss.
Yeah, like
you
the
know.
what was EDL? I remember I had a lot of fun playing with EDL.
Oh yeah,
I was playing LC and stuff
LC
like that.
LC combo. But now we are in the Singapore Open. Singapore has access to all 5 opuses that have been out so far.
And Opus 6 coming out real
Open,
soon
yeah,
as well.
it's coming out in July. And so yeah, it looks like Josh here is playing Earth Wind. Looks like Earth Wind Warrior of Light. Maybe?
Maybe.
Earth Wind Warrior of Light. And Chris, we'll get the deck list soon. Chris here is playing looks like Mono Ice. And Mono Ice has been in the meta for quite a while. In fact, it's a very popular deck. Very small creatures able to lock you down, making sure that you're losing resources, and even if you commit resources onto the board, it becomes very difficult for your resources to block or to attack. And we just saw him, Chris, cast a Sarah, which caused Josh to discard a card. And he discarded a Kefka from Opus 5, Monster Kefka.
Yeah. And that's the thing I like about Final Fantasy is that the meta game's always shifting.
Yeah, the meta game
Yeah.
is like
You
you
can
literally
play
can play
anything you
any
want. Yeah.
deck that you want.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you can't play Chocobo deck. No, but Chocobo deck is so strong. I want to say like you can't play.
Yeah.
Man, no, there's no deck that you cannot play. Right?
Yeah.
There's FF13 deck. There's a FF7 deck. There's there's even the what's that? Type Zero deck.
Yeah,
Type Zero is really popular when Opus 3 came out, and after that it
I
waned.
remember at one point of time someone could just open out a Type Zero starter and just
And play, yeah,
win
and
tournaments with
actually
that,
win like
Yeah.
small card shop tournaments.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chris here has his guys on the board. Josh needs to put something down. He's already taken 3 points of damage.
Yep.
And Chris nothing. It is Chris' turn. He has a Setzer in hand. He has a seltzer in hand. Well,
So
I guess.
Alka-Seltzer.
uh,
Let's put up seltzer right now and see what it does.
Setzer. I'm not quite sure whether he's going to play it, but let's bring it up. Setzer. There we are. I think that's a Setzer in hand. Oh, he plays Terra instead. Let's bring up Terra. RRA, yeah. So this is the. Oh, that's not Terra.
Can't see the card really well. That's not Terra, I think. And Shantoto clears the board.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Forget about it. Shantoto does clear the board, and we have
So Shantoto has been like a mainstay since Opus
yeah,
1.
since Opus 1, like the same. And we have Cactua committed onto the field here.
Isn't that the deck
Oh,
you were
oh, he
playing?
does play the Setzer. Oh, he does keep the Setzer. Looks like he's going to commit it to the board. Maybe. Yeah, he does. Okay, let's bring up.
Setzer?
Let's see. Okay, so Setzer, when he enters the field, you may search for one category 6 character and add it to your hand. When Setzer is put from the field into the break zone, choose one for opponent controls, dull it and freeze it. So a very powerful card, although it is 5 costs and it has 7,000 power only.
It's not too big, right?
Yeah, it's not too big, but it's got a very powerful effect, which, well, he's going to search out for, oh man, the glare is like killing us. He looks for a, oh, okay.
It's a pretty...
What did he look for?
So actually, theoretically, Setzer only costs 3.
That's only cost 3 because
because he
you get
finds-
a.
You find something else, and it also has like additional ability.
Mm.
It's not too bad. Is this from Opus 4? No, Opus 4. So Josh is playing kind of like a control deck, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has the. He Earth goes like little bit bigger. So the mono ice deck is a very tempo heavy deck. It is.
Is anybody still playing Guy?
Well, with all the mono ice going around, like Guy is
Could be a
still
meta
a
game
yeah,
kinda
it's a very
feature.
big meta game call.
Yep. So we're just trying to get our glare fixed.
Yeah. Okay, there, I think that's gonna fix it. Okay.
All right. And we're live again. Well,
Mm.
we're always live.
Well,
it's just
always live, yeah.
much better
Okay,
view.
so Setzer staring down a come lao nut. Come lao man.
I really have no idea how to spell that.
KAM, yeah. It's just man, you
Oh no. Okay.
yeah. So come out. When it enters the field, you may search for one dark card and add it to your hand. And then come out cannot be chosen by summons or abilities that share its element. At the beginning of main phase 1, you select one element and it becomes that element. It still has this effect. So basically, in this case, right, come out is going to be ice,
Mm-hmm.
and from then on, Chris can't interact with Kamlan out, so it's a great blocker against
Anything.
against anything.
So it can't be chosen by summons or ability. But
Yeah.
it still can die.
It still can die.
But there's nothing in ice is that big, right?
No.
At 9,000.
Well, you have stuff that are that big, but they're not very effective. Well, you have Luke and his monster.
Uh-huh.
So they grow. They're like 9,000,
Okay.
but yeah, it's not very effective. Yashtola here hitting the battlefield. Yashtola very strong card. And very strong on its own. Let's bring up Yashtola.
Yashtola.
There we go.
So I'm always wondering. So Yashtola has two different elements.
Well, it just like Shantoto, Yashtola
power.
is like wind earth ish type
Mhm.
of character. Just like Shantoto is like earth based,
Mhm.
but has access to
Also
all
of-
the magics.
And she's
right?
the only one in the whole canon that has access.
Has
to all,
access to access to all the songs. I think.
Are they like same race?
Are they
Yashtola?
same race? No,
No, they're not.
no,
Okay.
different.
Interesting.
Shantoto very small. So Yashtola
Shantoto
doesn't
very
receive
small.
any damage from summons or abilities,
Uh,
and you can put Yashtola into the break zone. You choose one summon or auto ability, and you cancel its effect.
mm,
How good is that? Like seriously?
cancel the effect. It's a counter spell.
Oh yeah, it's a counter spell. It's massive powerful counter spell. If you play Magic, I mean like it's counter spell, right? It's basically gonna stop your opponent from doing what they want to try to do.
Okay.
Uh,
It's pretty cheap as well. It's
yeah, it's just three mana.
That's
3 mana for
It's
7,000.
not wait. We really use it casting magic, but this is not mana now, right?
It's not mana. Oh yeah, sorry. It's
It's
3 crystal
crystals,
points.
yeah, crystal points.
3 crystal points.
Yeah.
It is it stabilizes the board. It's 7,000. It passes the vanilla test, right? 3 crystal points, 3 costs for 7,000 creature.
Mhm.
It is and with this ability, like it's crazy good. You can't use stuff like Phoenix to break it down. Mateus 5 CP doesn't target. Don't know if he plays it though. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Eureka Miner saying, nah, defense not. Definitely not. Game state is pretty even at the moment. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Josh has taken 4 points of damage. Chris has taken none. But okay, so Josh has more resources on the board. So he just committed his Setzer in to attack. And paired up with the mage, the thaumaturge, and that gets blocked off by Yashtola. It takes out the Setzer, but Setzer is unable to tap down to freeze and dial the Kamlan out.
This is a big robot. How many Kamala now do you think that he's playing?
One, just one.
He's
Just
one.
one.
Most
Yeah,
dark
it
cards
is
in
very
this-
powerful.
yeah.
It's a very powerful effect on its own. Very difficult for it to die, especially against mono colored decks.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I have like this huge shiver when people talk about Shantoto because I remember in my first booster pack that opened Opus One was a Shantoto,
Oh,
and it's something that I was like, I
yay!
didn't really play Final Fantasy,
Okay.
even any game, but also I mean I just really
Like it's a
the
cool
character,
effect,
yeah.
right?
It's a like basically clear your board and get a board. I mean I just liked it. Yeah,
Alright.
so
So
I have a good connection with Shantoto. I like the card a lot, and I think it's one of the heavily played Earth cards, right?
yeah, I mean, like if you play Earth, you have to play like Shantoto, and it looks like Josh is playing Earth and Wind, so he's playing Star Sibyl. He's playing he's playing like heavy hitting characters. Star Sibyl is a very cool card because it allows you to drop free forwards with that ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh, Eureka Miners in the Twitch chat. And yeah, if you want to join us, and chat with us, make sure you go down to twitch.tv/GreyOgreGames, or you go to the FFTCG Southeast
Southeast Asia
Asian
page,
Facebook page. You'll see the stream there. Eureka Miner is saying Josh still has 2 damage to spare with the Cactuars. Yes, that's true, which means that he can't take any more damage than that. And Chris looks like he's got a pretty menacing board.
Yep. So, can we know what they're playing for? What are they playing for in today's
Okay.
tournament?
All right. So this is the Grand Championship,
Yeah.
Asia Open, right?
Yeah.
The winner of today's tournament gets a free invite to the Grand Championship
Yeah.
at the end. I guess it's the end of the year.
probably
Is
end
it
of the
Grand
year.
Championship? Yeah, it's at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's the Worlds. Everybody, the best players from all over the world will gather and they will play and we'll find out who is the best Final Fantasy TCG player in the world,
Wow.
right?
Yeah, that's a good price. And is air ticket covered and stuff?
I think it's covered. Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Pretty good. Pretty nice.
And I saw like a whole bunch of like awesome stuff at the front of the hotel.
Yeah, I know.
And
I'm
it's
like, oh,
plushies
the
and
the
deck
cac-
cards.
okay.
The cactus
Uh,
sleeves.
I don't have very high expectations, but the cactus sleeves.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my gosh, the cactus sleeves. I
Yeah.
want so
That's the
bad.
thing about Final Fantasy games. I love these tournaments because they give out things that you can't buy in a store.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
true.
like the most important thing for to me when I play a tournament. I don't need cash. I don't really.
I
I
think
mean,
there are
cash is nice,
models.
but
Yeah, there are models. For I think like 4 cloud models, and there are other models as well. The deck boxes. The deck boxes look sweet. Man, I like the FFTCG like deck box,
Yeah.
which just has that gold line with the
And
two squares. It's
I
very
know-
simple.
well, from what I know about this Square Enix products is that they're really, really, really strict about like how this product is produced.
Yeah.
So if you get something that is rare, it is rare.
Yeah.
So that's a good
How many
thing.
players? Okay, so somebody's asking in the chat. How many players are there in the tournament?
We don't have a final number right now, but if
Yeah.
I'm not wrong, it's between
80 to
85
100
to 95.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah. What's our final number do we have today? How many players do we have?
81. Okay, so there are 81 players in the tournament right now. One player gets a buy.
One player gets by.
Yeah, they're happy. It's like, yes.
Yeah, but there are a few people that
Free win.
they are just either they can't wake up on time or they just really want to play mat because they get cool playmats. Like you can
Yeah,
see.
these are the
so
playmats that
actually,
you're given
yeah.
out for the Asia Open.
Yeah,
Sephiroth.
yeah. So I mean, Final Fantasy is on an upward trajectory. There's a lot of players that are coming in.
Mm-hmm.
This could be one of like the when you see the Grand Prix of Magic, the 300 player Grand Prix, and now you have 1,008. This is like what this is gonna.
This
be
is the Grand Prix. Yeah,
this is like a Grand Prix level, and we really excited. Everyone was really really happy coming in.
and yeah,
we're
we're less than
really
like
excited.
2 years into
The game.
game. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. So looks like Josh has gotten in quite a bit of damage. Here he's got his
Got in for one one
Whoa.
one damage.
One damage.
One damage.
Oh, what? It's a Warrior of Light. So he's playing Earth. What?
Well, see, this is why.
This is why this game is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring out Wall. Because that's gonna be very, very
Warrior of Light. Oh, why is his vein so cute?
yeah.
No, you can't search for wall, right?
No, it is
Oh,
Wall.
wall.
It is
Okay.
Wall. Let's see. Alright, so Wall.
Yeah.
At the beginning of your attack phase, you select up to 2 of the 4 following actions. So choose one forward against Brave until end of turn. Choose one forward against plus 2,000 power until end of the turn. Choose one dial forward, deal it 3,000 damage, and then all forwards cannot be chosen by summons EX burst or characters EX burst this turn. So I'm guessing that he gave one of his characters or one of his forwards Brave, and the second all forwards cannot be chosen by summon EX burst or character EX burst this turn, which is a very powerful effect. And the fact now that he has a wall which basically can fight with that Kamlan out. But here we see, I think that's Bismarck.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Bismarck? No, that's a Diablos. That's a Diablos.
Yeah. Which version of Diablos is this?
This is the Opus 5 version of Diablos, which is very, very strong indeed. Breaks a character, basically. In many senses of the word, like it will just break a character.
Is that the Diablos? Yeah. I remember it's spelled something like Diablos. No.
No,
Alright,
no,
but
no.
yeah, we know what it does.
Okay,
We
yeah,
just
it's-
can't spell.
yeah. Essentially, it's got like 4 modes, and after it breaks.
Yeah, so
breaks
Twitch
a
chat, just
character.
teach us how to spell Diablos for us.
He draw Diablo.
It's not Diablos with S. Is it with an I?
The eye, is it because my filters are like all on the wrong?
Yeah. So how many players do you think will be playing like the World Championship? Do you actually know? It's not. It's
well,
not.
there's gonna be
Last year's World Championship was 16 players from
16
16
players.
countries,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
This
And
this
this year,
year,
they've expanded to
expanded,
quite a
yes.
bit. Yeah.
Of course,
I
it's
wouldn't
because-
be surprised if there's like 32 players.
or maybe even
Or
more. Because I
even
think
more,
you can
yeah.
get invitations through nationals and opens right now.
Mm-hmm.
Correct, and this is one of the first qualification from Singapore.
Yeah.
Right, it's the very first in Southeast Asia as well, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
So I'm pretty excited to see that.
Semi La Fina going to
Cactua.
double Cactua.
So from
Quite
how this game
useful.
is looking, it looks like it might be going to a draw.
I don't
Are
know.
both players
Maybe
on a stalemate.
Barbarisha here going to reduce the power of wall.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's going to use the Cactua to get rid of that wall.
Oh, Cactua. Can we see what Cactua does?
Okay.
Because I know Cactua is in. I saw a lot of Cactuas registered in the.
Yeah,
in the
Cactua
in-
is
in-
like
in the deck list that we have went through.
mainstay for most win decks. Okay.
So
So Cactua is a monster for one cost.
he doesn't look that
Choose
monster.
one. Yeah.
So cute.
It's so cute, right? Choose one forward, deal it 1000 damage. So it enters the battlefield. Enters the field, you can immediately dull it, or you can immediately activate its ability. Choose one forward, deal it 1000 damage. Or you can pay 3 costs, 1 win and 2 generic crystals. Put Cactua into the break zone, choose one forward, deal it 10,000 damage. So this is the 10,000 needles, right? You know in the game. Cactua deals you 1 point of damage, and then EX burst of cards put into the damage zone due to this ability cannot be used. So you're going to take some damage, but you're going to get rid of his guy. So you take 1 damage, you almost definitely get rid of his guy, but you have to sacrifice the Cactua, right? You have to give up. But with Barbarisha, it's different because Barbarisha reduces it to 1000 and then it deals that much damage. Yeah, Barb is cool. Barb is like super cool.
Thank you.
Barb second Cactua.
Eureka minus is Diabolos.
Oh, Diabolos.
It's not Diablos.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, our English
My
is
bad.
not that good.
Okay. Okay.
No,
Cool.
actually, we have good English. We just have bad spelling.
We have bad spelling, yeah. I keep
And
going like Diablos. No, it's
Diabolos. Also, we're not part of China. Just saying.
All right. All we have left is the lock. And that lock is probably not, not long for this world. Josh still hasn't used up both his Cactuas. He could, but maybe he won't.
Yep. So, from what I did a small interview with Joshua before this. He said that the Japanese players are here in Singapore.
Oh,
There are
wow.
a bunch of
Okay.
Japanese players that he's actually
Train with, play
didn't
it.
really train with, but I asked him like who does he think would do well in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
He said there's a whole bunch of Japanese players here, so
Oh,
we
okay.
might get 1 or 2 of them in a feature match to see what they bring in.
Okay,
Because
cool.
from what we know about the Singapore meta game, it's quite inbred. Because we have a group of 40 to 50 players,
Mm-hmm.
and they all play against each other. And meta game breeds from these 40 to 50 players. They're not exposed to the international scene yet.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, you are playing against all these other 40, 50
Yeah.
players, right?
But
well,
this
the
tournament's slightly
majority.
different.
Yeah,
is
this tournament
slightly
is
different because
an
now we have
open.
players from Malaysia, players from Thailand, players from all of Southeast Asia, including, the worldwide. Like any other card game, they're always scared about the Japanese with their creativity.
Of course,
they
yeah.
bring in. So there are Japanese players that are here as well. And so he told us that he's actually afraid of these Japanese players because they don't know
wow.
what they might be bringing to the tournament.
Okay, cool. But what I love about this game so much is that it just, has a meta game that is so diverse. It's so unique that, almost week to week, like it will change and you can play anything. Looks like Josh has gained the advantage. Chris couldn't put on enough pressure early on in the game. He's going to take 1 more damage. There goes another Terra.
And you can see Josh just chipping away.
Yeah,
the
so
card-
slowly now
but
gaining
surely
back the
chipping it away.
advantage.
Yeah.
And since the Kamlan out is, just essentially going to be ice,
Yep.
which means that Chris technically cannot interact with the Kamlanao. Right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
only
yeah.
7 more minutes and then it's gonna be a double loss, which is I agree with that rule actually.
A double
Yeah,
loss?
a double loss.
Double loss.
It allows players to play more aggressively
Yeah.
and not trying to draw the game because like in other card games a draw is a draw.
Mhm.
And there might be some stalling techniques that happens
Yeah.
where you either play slower or you play towards a draw.
Mhm.
Whereas in
Oh wow. Okay,
FS
so he used his archer, got basically trying to restrict Chris of his resources, so that Chris has to like keep casting by discarding cards, stripping him of his backups, and then cast another archer. So this is the third time this is the second time it has happened, and it looks like it's going to be a third time. If Chris doesn't do something about it, he's going to lose all his backups. Chris just needs to get in 4 more points of damage. 1 more point of damage, and Josh can only activate 1 of his Cactuars. Oh, Space Jam AU saying Josh Gur not playing Mono Ice after his loss to Tricolor Knights in the Octagon Open. Well, Tricolor Knights is very powerful. Mono Ice, I think, is very powerful, but it has to, you have to set up a situation where you can just go all out with your creatures, right? And you need to maintain the tempo. All right, so announcement has been made. Players have 5 minutes left, and we can see. All right, because Cactuar are going to get rid of Chris's forwards. Kamlanao is going to come in. Another point of damage. There goes a Devout. Devout, well, not going to be too useful. Oh, another forward from, well, it's another monster from Josh, but that can turn into a forward, I believe.
Yes. So Josh is also here with his girlfriend Sabina, if I'm not wrong.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They said they prepared for the tournament together, and
are they playing the same? So the important thing is that
I'm
you
not
playing
sure
the same
if they're
decks?
playing the same decks together, but just keep a lookout for these 2 names along the whole of the tournament.
Okay.
And see how they do well, because they might be playing the same deck. I heard that they're really prepared for this tournament because it's Josh's home ground. He wants to defend it as much as a lot of other Singaporeans as well.
Yep.
Defend it from the other
From
Southeast
other
Asians and Japanese.
From the other.
Southeast Asians. It's all about pride, man.
Okay, so the one that he cast just now, sorry, he can't turn into a forward. I mistook that for another card. So when a forward, so this Leia is a monster. When a forward opponent controls attacks, put Leia into the break zone. If you do, activate all characters you control and draw a card. So very strong, which means that you can attack. So wow, Head Conquer going to take care of the other forward that Chris has. Whatever he's putting on is going to be dealt with. Urianger putting back a layout from the yard onto.
Oh, this is a pretty cool deck with all these monsters.
Yeah, man, he's playing. Dude, Urianger, of all things, Urianger. Yeah. Well, he brings back a cantrip, which is the layout. So double layout overkill, yeah, but I don't think he's gonna be using a Cactuar. I don't think he should be bringing back a Cactuar anytime soon because he's got 2 Cactuars, and he can't use all 3. So Urianger swings in, Kamlanao swings in, and it's gonna force Chris to do something, which is the Mateusz. That gets rid of the Urianger. The Kamlanao. Dada Luma here.
They're racing against time right now because it's 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
So you can see them like pick up the pace a little bit. Man, I love the chat. Guys, make sure that you communicate with us. Oh, who's?
Volume's a bit low.
Oh, volume's a bit low? Okay.
Turn it up.
Let me.
All right. So we had to bootleg this whole operation, so we're actually underneath some covers right now.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah,
we're underneath some tentage right now, so we can't speak too loudly.
Yeah.
But we'll try to speak closer to the mic. All right. Thanks for the tip, guys. How's the volume right now?
Yeah.
Ghetto Strats.
All
Good?
right,
All
that's
right.
good.
Thank you very
Alright.
much. Thanks for the tip.
Thanks for get in touch with us, the FFTCG Southeast Asia Facebook page, or if you're on Twitch, twitch.com/Grey Ogre Games.
Check out Twitch title.
All right, so Twitch title,
Yeah, it's
twitch.tv/Grey Ogre Games.
title.
What? Okay.
Oh, okay.
What?
I'll do it. Just continue speaking.
Yeah. Okay. So, Chris and Josh, Dada Luma versus Dada Luma. What? Oh,
We're so sorry about that, guys. We have to change some. We're not
yeah, we
streaming
can.
Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, we're not streaming Magic
So,
the Gathering.
Okay, we have to take
Oh.
away. Okay, Final Fantasy TCG.
I guess.
Final Fantasy? We just put it on the Final Fantasy?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's
Aha. Okay.
okay.
Hello.
but we got some random Magic streamers, right? That
Yeah.
joined. Okay, Magic players who if you're looking at this video, if you're interested in playing the game,
Oh, it's fun. It's a
It's,
hell of
it's-
fun
it's hell of
game.
fun, yeah.
Like if you think like resource management in Magic is extreme,
yeah,
so if you think resource management in Magic is hard,
yeah, you should
like
try.
it is
Final Fantasy.
extreme
Yeah.
in Final Fantasy.
It's not extreme. It's fun. I feel that there's a lot of ways you can play with your mana. Oh, with your crystals.
Mm-hmm.
So
With your crystals.
yeah, with your
This
crystals.
is that better not be a euphemism.
No,
okay.
but we do have like an interactive tutorial that's available. We can get you the link.
Yeah. So it's on the Final Fantasy TCG page,
Yep.
right? So FFTCG. Yeah, just search up Final Fantasy
Yeah.
trading card game.
Yeah.
So players are down to turns right now.
Yep. And right now it's the last. They're playing last 3 turns,
Mm-hmm.
and it might be true that Josh may not be able to close out the game.
Oh no, he's what 2 damage shy.
Two
He's 2
damage shy,
damage shy,
yeah.
which he's got a Y'shtola, he's got Chris on the ropes. This might be a double loss.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Like I said, it's a good thing for the game. I really like it that people play more aggressively and they might counter attack and win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Chris doesn't have any haste creatures. Josh, outside of the Urianger, which is a very rare thing to see him be able to play, I don't think that's that these players are gonna have anything that will just suddenly have a burst of damage.
yeah. So
So before the attack, I'm gonna play Bismarck
Yep.
and prevent the essentially prevent that damage, right?
Yep.
Okay, Barbarisha, Riku to draw an extra card. Okay, Josh here just needs to get 2 more points of damage in.
No.
Oh no,
There's no
that's
cards in
it.
the deck.
Yeah, there's no more cards in the deck. No, there's cards in the deck, but that's it. That's turns.
Oh.
That's turns.
Wait, that's I'm not sure about the tiebreaker rules. That if it's a draw, is it a draw or do they count the points?
They have to count they count the amount of damage.
Uh-huh.
They still count the damage, but it's a double loss.
Oh,
It's still a
okay.
double loss. But
Okay.
the damage will factor into match wins percentage.
Yep. Okay.
Right? Your opponent's damage and then your damage, right?
So Josh is 1-0 up in the tournament.
No. They're
Yeah, as in 1-0 in the tournament. So they're only playing best of 1, right?
they're
Yeah,
playing best of
okay.
1. So no, both players have a loss.
Both players.
It's a double loss, right?
Is it a double loss?
It's a tie. If it's a tie, then it's a double loss.
Yeah. So when time is up, yes, both player lost, but we're not sure because I think Chris
Wow.
has more cards in deck as well.
No, he still had some cards.
Cards in deck. Okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty
so,
Well, yeah.
Well, we
double
start the
loss.
stream.
No one has won in the stream yet.
Yay!
Yay.
Did Chris lose? Did Chris lose cards? Anyway,
Yes.
it's okay. We'll find we'll get that confirmation later.
Yes. Okay. Confirmation in a while. You want to talk to Josh for a bit? I can bring Josh into the booth.
Sure.
Okay, give-
Remember, this is the Grand Championship 2018 Asia Open here in Singapore. If you, we have lots more Final Fantasy TCG lined up for you. The next match starts at 12 p.m. Singapore time. That's in 14 minutes time. So make sure you don't go away and stay tuned to this channel, either the FFTCG Southeast Asia channel or the Grey Ogre Games Twitch channel. Right? Make sure you don't go. We'll be back for round 2, and hopefully we can get like Josh in to talk about his deck. That was an interesting matchup. Like it was a little bit slow. I think Chris just didn't have a little bit more. He just need a little bit of a push. But once Josh landed that Kamlan out, and that Chris couldn't deal with Josh's forwards, that's when the game ended. So yeah. All right. So did you? Oh, Josh won. Okay, so by milling. Okay. Hi, Josh. Welcome to the table.
Hello, thank you.
Well, there's nothing. Well, obviously showing the table, right?
Yeah.
Well, I wish we had a camera here, but it's a little bit dark
Okay.
for this thing. So yeah, you gotta speak into the mic. Yeah,
Alright,
otherwise
got it.
nobody can hear you.
Yep.
So yeah, you have won the China Open, right? So why are you here? Why are you here playing? This is
you know, the
good
funny
question.
thing is, I mean, like, it's good to win the second one also. So, you know, it's basically like more of a pride battle. And actually, I'm not playing my really try-hard deck because I mean, like, I already qualified, so I'm not that concerned about winning. So I'm playing this deck, which I actually made a long time ago.
Mhm.
And, you know, there's a huge story behind it, but basically I showed it to some people and someone like stole my deck. But anyway, so you know, I just want to showcase this deck to say that this is how you're supposed to play it, and this deck is, I made it, you know. And
Okay.
if I want to really go try hard, I'll go mono ice, because mono ice is super consistent. And
Yeah,
you know,
mono eye seems to be like really popular in the meta game, and yeah, like you said, it's quite consistent. But there we saw like mono ice just not performing up to scratch. I think just that Kamlan out
yeah.
like kind of stopped mono ice in its tracks.
Yeah, that's true. But in general, Cam has long been a mono ice counter. But now, you know, I think people wise up already and know how to deal with it. And the heavy discard style of mono ice that was developed by my partner Toby, of course, the world champion, that gained prominence recently, actually took out a lot of the mono ice weaknesses because it makes the early game really strong. And,
Okay.
you know, the fun fact is the deck I'm playing, right? I'm actually very, very well practiced and very tested. Like. I was playing it. I was on 100% win rate versus mono ice and versus Toby even before he switched to the 3 Tamatage 3 flan
Instead
like
of
playstyle.
okay.
And then he started beating me, and then I feel like, okay, I don't want to play this deck, and then basically I learned how to play in a way where I can counter mono ice.
So you're
very-
playing around that mono ice. So
that's
do you expect the meta game? So what do you expect the meta game to be here today? Because I know in Singapore, mono lightning is like a thing, right?
Yep.
But mono ice is extremely popular online. It's extremely popular overseas. So do you expect a lot of mono ice decks to be here today?
I think mono ice. I definitely expect a lot of mono ice because mono ice is the ultimate tier S deck. It's like a beyond S tier. But
Okay.
the problem is a lot of people, I feel, they don't really know how to pilot it properly.
Okay.
And you know, it takes a lot of experience on mono ice or ice in general or discard in general to be able to do the little intangible things that is more than just playing your cards. You know, for
To
example,
gain that advantage, right?
exactly.
So
It's a-
make sure that you, even if you are discarding cards, like both you are gaining the advantage and your opponent is being disadvantaged, right?
Yes, exactly. And also about the kind of like small mind games that you can play. For example, you like really good mono ice players know how to get information about what their hand is by the discard, by seeing what their
Yes.
discard is,
Yeah.
and to be able to like make them uncomfortable. For example, sometimes you make them discard and then you see how they are reacting if they take too long. And
Then you know that's an
yeah.
important card, right?
Yeah, and
Like,
then
it's a-
you start to you just like, for example, you would discard a Genesis for a Tamatage to make him discard the second card when you know that, you know, it's something iffy.
Okay. In the chat, like last question, which deck did you use to win the Opus 1-2 Chinese tournament?
I use Ice Earth deck.
Ice Earth, okay.
Yes, that's right. So this is the deck that Toby, my partner, developed back in Opus 2, Opus 3. So
Okay.
I basically took it and then I basically, with all the things he know now, he basically improved it. And then I improve it even further based on like my playstyle and the matchups that I'll face and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. All right. Thanks, Josh. Wish you the best of luck for the tournament. You are now 1-0 up.
Thank you.
And yeah, hopefully, yeah, we'll see you in day 2.
All right. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Have a good day.
All right, good luck. Okay, we are going for a short break, but we'll be back with round 2 very shortly. In the meantime, I'll put on a replay of the streams that we have at Grey Ogre Games so that you don't get too bored. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Friday night Final Fantasy TCG cast. It's called Main Story Questline. My name's Mick. I'm one of your hosts, and we are watching the match here between Nicholas Tan and Mitch Lee. Nick here is going to mulligan and take the next 5 cards. Looks like it's okay. See an error, but we see him like shake his head like, nah. Not gonna happen, and Mitch here gonna start off with a pretty aggressive start here. So he's playing the he's playing the Ice Wind aggro. Is that fat That's a fat chocobo. That is a fat chocobo. Plays an Izana. Plays Izana as well as I forget who this other guy is, but basically it enters when you play him, you get a free 3-drop of a different element, 3 or less of a different element. Alright, Balthier here to stop the bleeding, hopefully. Zagabath, is that the guy? Zagabath, let's search him up. There we go, Zagabath. When Zagabath enters the field, you may play a forward of any element except ice, and of course 3 or less from your hand onto the field. And he does look for, he plays the fat chocobo here, and searches out a chocobo, puts it on the battlefield, and swings in with the Izana as well. And well, the chocobo is like 8,000 and Izana is like 9,000. I don't think the Balthier wants to trade off any. I don't think the Balthier wants to trade off at all. So Mitch here able to exile or able to take away. Is that a Kani Senna or Ruwe Senna? One of them. One of the Senna sisters. It looks like Nicholas here is playing what? Ice? No, water. Is that water? Wind, water, feng shui. Wow. Okay. Thinking about his turn. Or maybe it's a like Sky Pirates deck. Oh, no. Alright, gonna ping your Go ping your chocobo. I think the chocobo is definitely the stumbling block here. Adding an additional 4,000 4,000 to the attack, or 4,000 to the power, is quite significant. So Kani Senna untaps. Gonna look for Ruby Senna, one of them. Osena something. I don't know. Okaya Senna? One of the Senna sisters. Aru Senna. That's the one. Yeah. Alright, does kill off the Chocobo. Maybe he wants to try to untap. Gives up. I believe that's an Oritz. Right? Nope, that's not Oritz. I forget what's the name. Ritz or something like that. Ritz is not a card that we see played too often. There we go. Ritz. Not exactly a card that we see, played too often. Characters you control cannot be returned to their owner's hand by your opponent's summons or abilities. If you control Shara, Ritz gains plus 2000 power. But a very strong card. Really is a very strong card. So I'm curious why, we just don't see it being played as much. But Shara here is, on Nicholas's side of the board. And it looks like he is, I wouldn't say in the lead, but he is... he has the advantage. There we go. So Shara, yeah, this card also, this combination, Ritz and Shara, you don't see it too much. Shara, EX burst, when it enters the field, choose one forward opponent controls, deal 3,000 damage, and then if you control Ritz, you deal 6,000 damage. So that's how he was able to get rid of the Zagaband. But I would posit that, you shouldn't be getting rid of the Zagaband. Instead, you should be getting rid of the Izana. Well, both of them give you card advantage, So I guess the Zagaband is a better idea. Who knows? Anyway, Mitch here able to resolve a lock. And lock is quite strong. Lock, it really is quite powerful. The fact that when he hits you, you've got to discard a card. I like this build. This build looks quite cool. There we go. Oh, that's not Lock. That's is that Edgar? No, not Edgar. Oh man. I don't know who this is. Oh, okay, right. Okay, so this sets enters the field. You may search for one category 6 character, add it to your hand, and then when it's put from the field into your break zone, choose one forward opponent controls, freeze it and dull it and freeze it. But for 5, like, man, it's 5 crystal points to play. It's quite expensive. It is a very powerful effect. Like, you enter the battlefield, you can search for a category 6 character, which, well, the Emperor, that fire guy, not very, Oh, come on, he knows. Yeah, come on. Mitch knew the Arif was coming. And so he's able to get rid of the Setzer, but the Setzer does tap the Baltier down. So I'm not quite sure whether that trade was really good, especially if Nicholas here doesn't have a follow-up play. He does have an Archer, which means that he will be able to untap his he'll be able to untap one of his guys. Okay, so gonna give it haste. Swing in with the... Oh, wow. Swing in with the butts, but Nicholas here. EX bursts a Bards of his own, untaps all his win characters, and that was kind of lucky. That was pretty good. I think that's what the EX burst ability is for, right? You know, just to get lucky and to get you back into the game. He's got an Arif in hand, which is good. So I guess he can attack. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to the second round of the Grand Championship Asia Open here in Singapore. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside Mark Tan.
Hi guys.
It
And-
is dead silent in
Yeah,
the
it's
tournament hall right now.
yeah.
This is like
why we're
serious,
whispering.
serious event. We are kind of whispering, but yeah, we're watching the match here between Haruki Nakai.
It's Nakai without a
Nakai.
Y.
Nakai.
Nakai.
Okay.
Nakai. Yeah.
Okay.
And versus Charles Law of Singapore.
Yep.
So, previously mentioned, we have 4 Japanese players in the field.
Oh,
There could
there's
be more,
4.
but
There's
I've seen 4 of them.
There could be more.
There could be more of them.
hidden in
Yeah.
our midst.
But out of the 4, I think all 4 of them have won their first
Won
round.
the first round, okay.
And 2 of them are actually paired in round 1, table 1 right now.
Okay.
So we're not going to feature that match because we want like a diverse.
We want to see some action.
Yeah, we want to see someone we know from the local scene against somebody from that who's going to bring a fresh take to the meta game. Japanese player.
Yep.
So we decided to pick up this match. Charles has been playing the game for quite a while as well.
Yeah, he's been playing the game since like
Since the
Opus
birth, yeah,
1,
so
Opus
Opus
2,
1.
yeah. He
So-
started, you know what? He quit Magic.
Yeah.
He quit Magic the Gathering to go and play this game. That's how
Yeah.
serious we're going,
Yeah.
right? Haruki starts off with a Semi Lafina. Great card here. Starts off with Semi Lafina, and
Okay.
then Charles starts off with a Merleweb. Merleweb.
And it's the
and
same. It's the same card that we saw in game in
Kamlan out.
round 1.
Kamlan
Kamlan
out. Such a strong card.
Kamlan out,
Very
yeah.
powerful card. Semi Lafina in turn 1, turn 2, Star Sybil searches for Kamlan out. Yeah. Lenny Yuna are Opus 3 pre-release sleeves. Oh yeah. Very nice sleeves, yeah. Square Image is asking a fair bit of Japanese players flew out for this. 4 players, like Mark
So
mentioned.
4 players I've seen, but from what we see, but the list there's about 7 to 8. So it's about like 10% of the field.
Ah,
but
okay,
We,
so
but we
10%.
need to double check the numbers here because the deck list and our final registration only gets to us in round 3.
Yeah, because we got to do
yeah,
deck checks first,
yeah,
right?
So wait for a bit.
Wow, is Haruki net decking Josh Gur's mill?
We actually have
That's interesting. Maybe.
maybe.
That's a definite
Yeah.
maybe. We don't have that deck list right now,
Yeah.
but from round 3 onwards, we will have that deck list. We will, we'll
Yeah.
share it with you. At the end of this tournament, I believe this should be
Yeah.
uploaded into all the all those
Yeah.
the
The-
blocknet
yeah.
and stuff like that.
And not only that, I just like to admire the sleeves that they're using as well.
Yeah.
So I know Charles is using the Opus 3 pre-release sleeves, but what is Haruki?
Opus 2, Opus 2 pre-release. Eh?
What Opus
No,
3?
Opus
right?
3, Opus 3, yeah.
And what is
and,
Haruki Nakai sleeve? It's really pretty. I mean, slightly the timer's kind of blocking it, but whenever
Yeah.
he drew his card,
Whenever you draw, he can
it's-
see, right?
it's
That's like a
something therapeutic about his deck. I don't know. It's just like you can see like the slants of in the pictures.
But you can see Haruki here playing a 3-color deck.
Yeah.
Lightning, wind, and earth.
And I see a
Earth,
wall as well.
Lightning, fire. No.
And it looks like it's going to be like a control versus control matchup as well.
Yep.
So,
Alright, searches up for Dada Luma.
Dada Luma.
And passes the turn. So Charles looks like he has his board set up. Charles is playing the Fusoya deck. So Fusoya control, and it has some elements of like Golbez in it. And I think we see a Golbez right now. He's playing more backups and then passing the turn. Oh man, right.
Yeah. I think Charles hasn't been played for. Hasn't played for quite a while.
I don't know, but Charles likes his Golbez.
Yeah.
Like that much I know. Every match I played with Charles, right? Like it has to be a Golbez type deck. But this Fusoya is like a different spin on it. So it's like it self-inflicts harm, but at the same time, you know, does get rid of the creatures as well.
Yeah.
Man, the chat is like going off. The glare, yeah, I know, square image, the glare. But we can't control the problem is we can't control the lights in the tournament center, which is unfortunate.
Maybe if you guys buy more booster boxes, we might be able to
we
afford.
we can put a tent.
Yeah.
No, but that's what you know, we do in the store. Like in Grey Ogre games, like we can control the lighting.
Yeah, because
we own the store.
We own the store, so we have like stickers all over, like the diffusers and stuff. But right here we're just like
we have we'll try to make it better. So tomorrow we'll probably go and shift the table, or maybe later on we'll shift the tables.
When there's
okay, so Merle Web. That's a Cosmos, and there is a what's that? The Mughal that Artemision. That's the one.
Haruki Nakai. Okay,
I did Haruki Nakai-san. For sure.
Yeah, so I didn't actually have time to speak to him before the round started.
Okay, but it looks like who is it? Is it Erika? Eureka Minus. I think you're right that this is the Josh Ger special.
Really? He actually designed the deck?
I don't know. No, Josh said he designed the deck earlier. He said somebody stole the deck. Like people steal the deck. It's like, I'm like, well, people will come up with the same idea eventually, right?
Yeah,
but it's just a matter of when. Because okay, so here's my surprise. I started off Opus 5, so I also play the game like regularly. You don't play the game that regularly.
I choose to believe that I retailed the game, so I know that. So I would know. I mean, I've seen the cards once, so I open up 1 or 2 boosters.
So I started off the season playing Wind Lightning. I started off the season playing Wind Lightning.
We need to change this.
Oh gosh, I thought I updated that damn thing.
Yeah, so there's some issues with Twitch right now, but that we're gonna try to fix. Give us about 20 seconds. Okay, we need to change the title of that.
Yeah.
Okay, because so if Twitch users now, you can actually just refresh your page and you notice that we are actually okay. So once again, if you're here for Magic the Gathering, I'm sorry you're here for Final Fantasy. But if you really enjoy the game, you can go on to I think that we can put a link in the description later about this game, and it's a pretty decent game. It's pretty good. It's pretty new, and if you like Final Fantasy and you like card games, this is the product for you.
This is an awesome game. Yeah. Like truth be told, like we just said, Charles Law quit Magic the Gathering for this game. Yeah. So,
well, no one actually really quits Magic, to be honest. But he quit competitive Magic to play competitive Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
So
there we go. The FF trading card game, and on the website there is a new interactive tutorial.
Yes.
So you can play the tutorial. It'll teach you how to play the game. It's an awesome game. If you think, and we draw back a lot of the Magic the Gathering. That's because that's something
that's inherently that we were casters. Yeah, we're casters for Magic the Gathering.
But I love this game so much. I love FFTCG so much. Like it is, if you think that resource management in Magic is hard, like you don't understand the concept of resource management, because it, Final Fantasy card game,
it's an interesting
take a whole new level.
Yeah, it's an interesting take to resource management, and we have been playing card games for a long time, and I think this is the
coolest game. Yeah. Like this is definitely in the top 3, right?
Okay.
My top is different.
Okay, my top is just I
Yu-Gi-Oh?
think Yu-Gi-Oh. Actually, I enjoyed wrestling TCG back then at WWE, but that's a long time ago. But yeah, it's within my top 3. I would think it's we can link the description. We can link the tutorial URL into our page as well. So if you're here and expecting some Magic action and you see FFTCG and you actually enjoy the game, you can click on the link and play the tutorial and look for a local store near you. And I'm pretty sure they'll be holding that product no matter where you are.
Yeah, there's a store finder. There's a store finder on the FFTCG page. Yeah.
So I even heard there's stores in Kuwait. So if you're joining us from Kuwait, that'll be pretty cool.
In Kuwait,
yeah,
which you actually cannot get Magic the Gathering. So okay, so back to the game. Charles looks like he has resolved a Gold Bears, and now he's resolving a Lightning. Very, very interesting card. He puts back an Odin, a 7-cost Odin on the top, EX Burst, which means that he intends to use his Fusoya, kill something of Haruki's, and then EX Burst that Odin and kill another creature.
That's the big mimic, right?
Yeah, that's what Charles is trying to do.
Okay.
7,000 points of damage, not no small feat.
Yeah, so are we?
Maybe mono water monsters.
We'll definitely improve the stream a little bit more for the top 8 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you have any suggestion about like how we can improve the stream or how we can improve the coverage for you guys, just let us know.
I hope it's coming like through to you guys, because we faced some interesting challenges right before we started the stream. Which we're going to play a bit of inside baseball. Production is awesome. But it's kind of a
our cost to set up the stream is actually very, very low, to be honest.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy broadcasting it to you guys and watching it as well.
Okay, Kamlanat has activated. And so so there seems to be some disagreement with what's happening.
Okay, I think that's a judge call.
Yep. Let's bring out Kamlanat, because that one can be kind of
the judge is settling the issue right now.
Can be a very difficult thing to navigate. Okay, so when it enters the field, you may search for one dark card and add it to your hand, but I don't think that's the ability in question. So Kamlanat, the second ability, he cannot be chosen by summons or abilities that share its element. Okay, and at the beginning of your main phase 1 select one element. Kamlanat becomes that element, but doesn't lose this effect. So if
okay, so what I think Charles is trying to do is try to rewind the play again and say, I'll destroy a Kamlanat with the Fusoya and...
Okay, so instead I'm just going to farm freed you.
Okay.
We both sacrifice a creature. I'm going to bring in my whole bunch of 2-drops. So instead of using the Fusoya to trigger off the ability, he's brought in 4 type 0 characters and 1... Yeah, okay, so 4 type 0 characters.
Okay,
which
so...
can be very, very strong.
Do you want to see so that we had a comment from Brian from Facebook, is that he wanted to claim it as light, but he can't since there's a dark on the field.
Okay. All right. I see.
Good catch.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Good catch. Yeah.
Chris Adams. Like, this game is much better than Magic.
Oh,
I think,
man.
you're gonna start like
Okay,
a whole
so
fight right now. Like, whoa, guys.
I'm not going to say it's better, but it's different. It's different, and
It's
I
good.
love to play both.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I spend my Mondays playing Magic.
Uh-huh.
I spend my Fridays playing Final Fantasy.
Yeah, which is a good.
That's how I like it.
So it's already a good thing because Magic is Friday night Magic.
Yeah.
And he'll play spending a Friday playing FFPC.
All right, so Daraluma going to hit itself for 1,000, which means that it's going to shoot out 4,000 points of damage. Okay, let's bring up Daraluma. It's a
like
dead.
you search dead.
Yeah.
Daraluma.
So Daraluma, when it is chosen by an opponent's summons or abilities, choose up to one forward an opponent controls and deal it 4,000 damage. Okay, when Daraluma is dealt damage, choose one forward an opponent controls, deal it 4,000 damage. Okay, so this basically counters, this is a hard counter against any L-sit combo.
Yeah.
So you L-sit into whatever is going to kill both of the guys that you drop. If he can ping, so he uses Cactua to activate the second ability, so he deals it 1,000 damage. It is going to deal 4,000 damage to something else.
Yeah.
And if, let's say, Charles tries to use the Fusoya to try to deal damage, oh, wow. If Charles tries to use the Fusoya to try to deal damage, the Daraluma is going to deal 8,000 damage somewhere else because it gets selected and it deals 4,000 damage.
Yeah.
It takes 7,000 damage from the Fusoya, it's going to deal another 4,000 damage.
Okay.
And so Haruki here looks like he's responding to one of the activations using one of his Cactuas.
Yeah.
So this doesn't look like the... Okay, so I don't know if this looks like the Josh Ger list. Maybe it is, but it looks a lot more...
It
looks very similar. But I mean, the cards the cards that you use will be very, very similar, right?
Shantoto.
Right, so they all take some damage. Damage. Diabolos there gets milled. What else there gets milled? I think a Bismarck and a Shantoto.
Oh, this is I think I saw the fourth color now.
Yeah. I'm like...
The red. Not sure.
Well, Charles is playing a like 5-color deck, so technically you can pick light with Calm, Lanao, and the field would just be wiped. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. If you got like light and dark, right? Okay. So Barbarisha Cactua combo gonna get rid of what's his name? The Scion, the Prince. Basically mobile Minwu.
Mobile Minwu.
Alright, so now left with only 2 characters. I believe that's a Sis 6 and what's her name? Let's see what Charles has in store.
That's a Yashola.
Yashtola? Pass the turn?
Yashtola. Yeah.
So Yashtola can't be dealt damage. Full stop. Right? And Yashtola just can't be dealt damage. That's it. So the Cactuas are not very useful against Yashtola. What is it that Charles is looking at?
Okay. So
are they not?
No, I think this is actually given. They are allowed. They actually have booklets of like this, like cards.
Right. Because Haruki's deck is in Japanese.
Yes. Right.
Or most of his deck is in Japanese. Some of his deck is in Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Wall.
Warrior of Light.
So 3-color deck, 4-color deck.
Yeah. You know Warrior of Light? Actually, in the last year's convention, there's this girl that started playing Final Fantasy TCG because of Warrior of Light.
Well, what?
Yeah,
Okay.
It was just like, I love Warrior of Light. And then
That's
she
it.
just started playing FFTCG. She didn't care about any other characters because there was like the Warrior of Light promo that were given out last year.
The Water Warrior of Light, yeah.
It wasn't Water one, it was the...
Was it a Light Warrior of Light?
It's a light one, yeah. It was
Wow.
a light Warrior of Light. And
We were giving out promos of that?
was it?
No, it's the Water one.
No, it's a 2-drop one that... Oh no, sorry, it wasn't
It's
Water. It was Onion Knight. I'm sorry,
Onion
I mixed it up. They're both knights.
Onion Boy.
Yeah, Onion Knights and but no one's playing Onion Knights now. right?
No, there is. There's the Wind Lightning deck that plays like the Onion Knight combo, which is basically Onion Knight combo into Onion Knight. So it deals like 8,000 damage when you cast the Onion Knight. Yeah, because it essentially costs two crystal points because you play the Onion Knight. You would have discarded an Onion Knight to play the Onion Knight. It comes back. It takes back an Onion Knight that you can swap an Onion Knight for another Onion Knight in your deck.
Anyway, thanks for saving me, Mick.
Yeah, you
said the wrong thing. I'm sorry, guys.
Onion Knight.
All right, so back to the game before Mark
derails.
Realized that he was speaking about the wrong character.
Well, Onion Knight and Warrior of Light, sort of the same.
Onion Warrior of Light.
But Wall, okay, so Wall's ability on Haruki's side of the board, very, very strong, very powerful. This is where, I think Charles' deck stumbles a little bit because the Earth decks, generally like Earth creatures, Earth forwards are just humongous, hard to deal with, and Wall is no exception. In fact, Wall has like that choose 2 out of 4 abilities, and all 4 abilities are very, very strong. They either gain Brave or gain plus 2,000 power. You can't be affected by EX bursts.
I'm going to bring up Wall. Let's look at Wall again.
Yeah, let's bring up Wall.
And Wall is one of those cards in every TCG that has like 4 abilities.
Oh, it's so good.
Makes sense. It's like
this Opus 5, whoever designed Opus 5, which we know is Kageyama. No, but like the design of Opus 5 it's so good because like you got so many options. You have a lot of these cards that have a lot of options. So Wall says here, when you go to attack phase or the beginning of your attack phase, you select 2 of the 4, up to 2 of the 4 following actions. Choose 1 forward against Brave. Choose 1 forward against plus 2,000 power until end of turn. Then you can choose 1 down forward, and then you can deal it 3,000 damage. And all forwards cannot be affected by summons EX burst and characters EX burst. So very, very strong card. The fact that it's like 4 cost, 8,000, it passes the vanilla test very, very easily, enters the battlefield, has an immediate effect on the board that you cannot ask for a better card. If you're playing, if you're playing,
it's one of the Chase legendaries as well.
Yeah,
right?
It's one of the Chase legends, and like it's just overall very strong. If you're playing Earth, and you have to make space for a Wall, like just the same as Shantoto. You have to at least have 1 Shantoto, which we see on Haruki's side of the board. Like you almost must have Wall.
Okay, so. And we're trying to pick a aggressive deck the next round.
Yeah,
So-
well, it's going 8 plus minutes, which is
not because we are skiving off work or
no, but,
but we want to see an aggressive deck. Actually.
yeah, we want to see like the aggro deck like in its function. Just an update. Haruki here has taken 4 points of damage. Charles has taken 3 points of damage, I believe. 2 of which are off his Fusoya. Okay, so Judge is there to help to
a bit of translation going.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think in our next round we probably want to shift the camera up a little bit to like downward so we can see the decks as well.
You can see the decks.
So
You can see the damage. Celeste. Okay, so this is what is on
that's
Haruki's
that was
side of the board.
the
that's what I
Terra.
thought it was
That's
Terra,
what was
Sorry,
Terra.
my
Okay.
bad.
Celeste. So when Celeste enters the field,
Choose one character. Okay, so character is anything.
Characters anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
All right, so
anything, yeah.
Locke enters the field with Locke's ability on the stack. Looks like Charles is is up to some something no good.
when you
When you travel, so Space Jam AU saying when you travel overseas to get timed out by a Go Best deck. Oh yo.
Oh well, I'm sorry. I apologize on behalf of I apologize for Charles Law on behalf of Singapore.
Hey, you don't have to apologize.
I don't have that. I'm
It's
just
okay.
being too nice right now.
All right. So Fusoya going to kill the lock so that it doesn't send back creatures, doesn't send back characters to
Do people
Charles.
still play Yuna to combat the Golbez? Or nobody cares about Golbez anymore?
Yeah, nobody cares about Golbez.
Oh man,
anymore.
Golbez
But
is just
Golbez is so
cool,
strong. But to make the Go Best deck work, like it can be quite difficult. Let's just say.
Yeah.
It can be quite difficult to get it going. All right. Charles looks like he's got a lot of things set up on his board, but both sides, Haruki has 2 more points. He's got 3 more points of damage, which means that he's got space for those 2 Cactuars to do their job. And do himself damage.
Just waiting to see what happens. We have 4 creatures against 3 creatures. But the thing about Go Best decks is that they sometimes they run out of 2-drops, right?
Yeah, well, you probably just crack. Okay, so I think in Charles' version of the deck, right, you go like you just want Go Best to crack once. That's it. Like, and that's all you need. That's all you need. But I think it's got enough redundancy and enough 2-drops to like crack 1.5 times. So that means you can probably like fetch up 6 to 8 creatures, 6 to 8 forwards in case you've got like 2 Go Bests. So let's see. Haruki here looks like he's going to react to something that Charles before Charles is going.
So right now, the 5-minute timer has been called. Our timer is a bit off by about 40-50 seconds.
Yep.
So we'll let you guys know when the time is up. And we have gone to two games that went to time out of 2.
Yeah.
It's just like
well, you guys are getting full value of the stream.
Yeah, we want to pick an aggressive deck because we actually need.
I want to see.
we actually need to see something aggressive.
Okay, so here we go. Cactuar going to. Man, he can use the Yoshola to react. All right, so 7,000 damage to the Barbarisha.
What does Fusoya is destroyed target?
No, it's just deal 7,000 damage.
7,000.
Then it deals 1 damage. You take 1 damage, but the damage is different from Cactuar because Cactuar,
reduces.
the EX you can't trigger off the EX burst. Okay, so now that the Fusoya has resolved, Farm Frit.
What is that? What's that little cute blue thing?
Poo poo.
Poo poo.
Poo poo. Is that Artemisian? Which one are you referring to?
Poo poo.
Poo poo poo.
Yes, I think you can reward in Twitch right now. I'm not sure if we have that.
I wish I can rewind in Twitch. I think you can, right?
Rewind.
Do we not?
Rewind. You can do that.
You can rewind in Twitch after you can come back to.
After I'm not sure. There's a way that I know our streams get captured.
Yeah. We archive our streams, so you can watch the games again. You can watch the games on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
When we post it out, like make sure you follow the FFTCG Southeast Asian page, FFTCG SEA, to get to know more, right? To get the link for.
Oh, and after that bloodbath, what's remaining of the board is 1 Cactuar and
1 Cactuar versus Go Best and Type 0.
I think Charles is ahead right now because of course he's ahead. He's one damage away. He has an uncracked Go Best.
Haruki cannot crack that Cactuar. Try to save his life. Celeste here going to lock down that Go Best for 1 turn, and a Y'shtola, which cannot be dealt with by a Fusoya, but Charles is taking a lot of damage. There's 2.5 minutes left, just about.
So this is where it gets interesting.
Yeah, this is where it gets really, really interesting.
Lunch break.
Whoa, okay.
Man, this is like one of the most relaxed tournament I ever played or ever casted.
Wouldn't you love to play in a FFTCG tournament?
Yeah, half an hour rounds, and then you have like 15 minutes of break, and then after 2 rounds you have a lunch break.
Cool.
Oh man,
I like.
What's for lunch? McDonald's?
Like.
I don't know. Just a McDonald's for breakfast. Right. Some coffee.
If you were here for like a really serious.
Yeah, man. Oh, and it's game.
That's it. So Charles wins it. Congrats to Charles.
Do you want to bring him?
Just like 1.5 minutes left. It's okay. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
fine
so with 1.5 minutes left, Charles takes the game. 7 points. I think Charles took 5 points of damage.
Yeah.
And congrats to Charles Law. I think was he? So he won, right?
Yes.
So now he's 2-0.
Yes.
Haruki is still 1-1.
1-1.
There's 81 players. Okay, so
Okay, if my math is correct.
let me bring up like the top 8 calculator. Yeah. But yeah.
Okay, so Eureka, Mick, why don't you tell Eureka what happened? Because I blinked too.
Yeah, I sort of blinked. Okay, so basically Charles was able to get rid of 2 of Haruki's characters. So he used the Fusoya to get rid of the lock. Was it the lock or the Celeste?
Celeste. The Celeste.
Yeah, and then he top deck at 7. So thanks for the save, Romy Play Games. Yeah. That's it for this round.
That's it for this round, and that's it for the afternoon. We'll be back
for the morning.
Yeah, for the morning, right? Or we'll be back in. But before that, we're gonna go ahead and do a bit of calculation for you. At
okay,
81,
so there's 81 players
and 7 rounds. You will need.
You need 6 wins.
6 wins.
There's 7 rounds, right? It's not 8 rounds, right?
Yeah, 7 rounds. Yeah.
7
so
rounds, yeah.
6-0-1 gets 6. Basically 6 wins.
5, 2, and 0. Okay, there will be. Okay,
about 2 5-2s. No,
2
4
1 5 2 0. 1 5 2 0. So no draws. Oh
Yeah,
no,
because
sorry,
no
I
draws.
can't put in intentional draws. Okay, let's see. So 7. Okay, no draws.
So no draws. That means if you go 6-1, you're locked. If you're 5-2, if you're 5-2, you might get in because of breakers.
2 5 and 2s. Yeah, correct.
2 5
You're
and
right.
2s.
2 5 and 2s get in.
Yeah.
6 and 1 definitely gets in, and there will be one guy with first place, which is 7 wins, 7 consecutive wins.
Yeah. So I mean, because that is a possibility that we might not have a player at 7 wins as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be 3 5-2s and make it. It depends on how how the tournament pans out.
Yeah.
Especially now we also have double losses.
Yeah.
So that means if someone's at 4-0, they take double losses. That opens up more slots for 5-2.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not out of the running yet, Haruki guy. And
of course.
everybody is still live in this tournament at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're 0-2, there's a sliver of hope. But I mean,
There's a sliver of hope, but like you know,
everybody just double losses at the top. So we'll see how it goes.
Or you require like the first few people to get run over by a runaway like train in.
Some say, hey, there's gold in the toilet,
and then you
lock
the door,
and then there's 5 people back.
You never know. All right,
but we'll see you in about an hour. We'll do a timer.
Yeah,
we will come in maybe half an hour before the round starts, or 20 minutes before the round starts, to put out the standings of the players that are in the tournament right now.
Mm-hmm.
As well as we're gonna do a bit of. We're gonna go out and ask the players what they're and get you more details around on the field.
Yeah. So now go for your lunch break. Right, and we'll be hard at work doing some work. You know, we're gonna bring you like a meta analysis, meta game breakdown for the next round. But don't go away. We'll be back at 1:30 p.m. 1:30 p.m. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Okay, we'll be playing some replays. So
yeah.
Yep. All right. See you in a while.
Welcome back to our main story quest line here at Grey Ogre Games, our weekly Final Fantasy tournament. My name is Mick. I'm your host for tonight. We're watching the match here between Ling Kong and Joel. It looks like Joel just took a mulligan there. And Ling Kong looks like he's playing what? Mono Lightning? Mono Lightning? And he's also going to be taking a mulligan. It seems like Joel's going first. I like the playmat. Very cool. Joel here is going to play first, and it looks like his hand is just full of backups. Not that fantastic. Starts off with Maria and just going to pass the turn. Let's give up a Ritz and an Anacross. And Anacross is pretty good. So, you know, to give up the Anacross to give up the Anacross must be a little bit hard. Yeah, but Maria plus Anacross is fantastic, but you know, sometimes you gotta give up some stuff. Here we go. Gets rid of our Raiden for, I can't really see the card. I think that's a red mage. Yeah, that's a red mage. Another red mage for another red mage. So all three red mages are out. So not gonna expect any more red mages from Lincoln. But a second Anacross and a third Anacross. So same problem on Joel's side of the table. 3 Anacrosses in the graveyard already. But now, you know, Joel has the delightful task of, you know, has the delightful bonus of every, you know, all his stuff get plus 2,000 power. So that's great. So yeah, Lincoln here, looking through his options. I don't think you pass. I think you just play one of the black mages and then pass, because man, you are not gonna be able to get rid of any of Joel's guys normally. The fact that they have plus 2,000 power. Does play the Gramis, probably gonna look for an Elcid, maybe, yep. And then just gonna pass the turn. Yeah, Gramis here, you know, integral part. Gramis and Elcid, integral part of the mono lightning deck. And I don't think he's gonna be playing anything. Let's see. Oh, okay. I like this card. Behemoth. Behemoth is not a card that we see very often, but I think it's it's quite versatile. Or maybe not versatile, but very strong. This card. There we go. So Behemoth is a monster. We don't see a lot of monsters nowadays. But Behemoth is a monster. You pay 1 lightning crystal. Until end of turn, Behemoth also becomes a forward with 8,000 power, and when it receives damage from a forward, deal that forward equal to half the damage received rounded up. And you can only use this ability once per turn. The make it into an 8,000 power creature. So pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, all the art for Theater Rhythm, all the Theater Rhythm cards, fantastic. I like it a lot. I think you should just attack him with the Behemoth and don't do anything else. His hand is very reactive. Like, he's got an Alcid, he's got alright, able to mill Vincent. He's got Alcid, he's got Rigdea, and then a Black Mage. So that would maybe take down like 1 guy. Oh, okay, he plays a Black Waltz 3. I believe that's a Black Waltz 3. Yeah, okay. Not often. This card you don't see often. When it enters the field, choose 1 forward, it loses 2,000 power and end of turn. When Black Waltz 3 is put from the field into the break zone, choose 1 forward, it loses 2,000 power until end of turn. So it's a 6,000 character, which is pretty good. Oh, a Dada Luma here on Joel's side of the board. So, and that's not a small Dada Luma, that's like a 10,000 Dada Luma. Gonna be really tough to get rid of, and especially with the Arif on the battlefield. Lincoln here can't target Joel's forwards with his backups. Let's look up Arif. I like this Arif, but you know, not too relevant unless you're playing against like Mono Lightning and you know, possibly Mono Water, which, well, Mono Lightning here in Singapore, definitely a lot of people play it, but Mono Lightning, Mono Water, it's okay. So yeah, Arif, if you control a category 7 forward, the cost for playing Arif is reduced by 1, but you know, not too relevant. If you control the forwards you control cannot be chosen by your opponent's backup abilities. So your opponent's backup abilities, yeah. So things like Red Mage, the Fire Red Mage, you can't make it not block. Things like Black Waltz, you can't make it not block. So you're looking at Dadaluma. Oh. There we go. Dadaluma, when it's chosen by your opponent's summons or abilities, choose up to 1 forward your opponent controls and then deal it 4,000 damage. And then when it's dealt damage, choose 1 forward opponent controls and deal it 4,000 damage. So, you know, Alcid, you definitely don't want to play like Alcid combo into Dadaluma, because basically you lose both your Alcid and your Onion Knight or whatever goon that you're playing. And Dadaluma right now is 8,000. If he plays Rigdea, or he plays the Alcid into a Rigdea, that's only 8,000 damage, and Dadaluma is going to get rid of both of them. So yeah, it's not the greatest. So Lincoln here, alright. So Lincoln here can attack. He can attack with the Black Waltz, right? And you know, Joel here will take it. I'm pretty sure. Because if he blocks the Black Waltz, right, it takes 6,000 damage. And then you're going to put 2,000. Ooh. And then it's going to go minus 2,000. Which means that it brings it down to, what, 2,000? Which means that you can cast that Rigdea from your hand and just target Dadaluma, destroy it. Albeit you will lose that Rigdea. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, sneaky. Right. So I think he can get rid of the behemoth. Let's check the wording on behemoth. There we go. Okay. So when behemoth receives damage from a forward, deal that forward. So it doesn't target the other forward. Right. It just deals the damage to the other forward. So he's gonna deal damage to the behemoth. It will deal damage to Dadaluma. Dadaluma is gonna deal 4,000 damage to the Black Waltz. Wow, what a blowout! What a blowout! So he blocks the behemoth. And then, you know, 2,000 damage goes onto the Black Waltz. Oh. Okay. So Onion Knight gets milled from the top. And if Lincoln here has any, you know, any removal, he will need it like... He'll need it soon. He doesn't need it right now. He can start building up his board and then do the removal. Exodus would be great. What else? What other removal? Like Odin, yeah, straightforward. Just Odin would be fantastic. Get rid of that Dadaluma. especially when you've got no creatures on the battlefield. Would be good. All right. Can't really see what is in Lincoln's hand, but maybe you don't want to get rid of this Dalaluma. Although Joel here has a lot of sneaky ways to deal, to abuse this Dalaluma. Like we talk about like Cactua, not Ritz. What's the name? Y'shtola is also a great way to get rid of it. But it does instead cast Gilgamesh. Very good against mono water, or very good against water in general. Gives up the black mage, which effectively not it's not good. It's not very useful, especially with Joel having an Aerith on his side of the board. I like Joel's deck. Joel's deck's kind of interesting. There we go, Cactua. What I say. And Cactua can get just straight out get rid of that Gilgamesh. Alright, and Rauban fights the Gilgamesh, swings in. Rauban here is a 10,000 power character. It just bashes, enters the field, deals 9,000 damage to itself, and another forward. And Lincoln here looks like he's in a little bit of trouble. Yeah. Yeah. Lincoln, I'm not quite sure. Well, here's the thing about Final Fantasy that I find, it's so interesting that you have to give up stuff. Like you have to sacrifice your cards, which everything in your deck is gas. And the reason why sometimes turns take so long is that you have to consider, okay, if I give this up, like what's good? Or at this point in time, Lincoln needs to be asking himself, like, what can get me out of this situation? And Exodus will probably get you out of this situation. Gets rid of both Dalaluma and Rauban at one go. And might want to start playing that what's his name? The Alcid. Yeah, but Rauban here, he's big. He's like what, 10,000. Okay, plays a back out and just passes the turn. He does have Exodus Judge Sal, so I'm curious why he hasn't fired it off yet. Is it Exodus? I think it's Exodus, right? Let's check. Right. Exodus, the Judge Sal, you name one number, your opponent selects one number, then you break all the forwards with that number. Oh, wow. Okay, so he does play the Exodus, but gets to keep his Dalaluma. Oh no, doesn't do any damage. Right. Plays the 1 mana summoner Rigdea. Rigdea's got to target something, right? If I'm not wrong, Rigdea has to target. it's not a May ability. Choose one.
Shut up and sit down.